Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I tried to use the D Saint&Sinner palette again to do like a, it's pretty simple, but it's like a golden green look. I just know that this palette is like very challenging and my dog just stole my boot. BRB. And if you want to see how I did it, then just keep watching. Okay, so first of all, I know my nose is super red. I just took my dog for a walk and it's like -5 degrees outside, so yeah. But I'm gonna start by priming my eyes with the Colourpop No Filter Concealer, and I'm using shade Fair 5. This works really well because it's more of like a dry consistency, so it doesn't really cling to eyeshadows that much. And I'm just smoothing that out with the Colourpop stippling brush. I'm just using downward motions because I have really dry skin, and if I like swirl it, then it'll pick up texture. No bueno. And then I'm gonna set my eyelid using the shade Aucoin, which is just a creamy white color. Okay, starting with the Colourpop E2 blending brush, I'm going to work the shade Martyr into my crease. Just gonna start fluffing it out. I'm starting off really light and going to build it up. And I am dragging it straight to the edge of my eyebrow, and I'm going to pull it in just a little bit to the edge of my eye to kind of create an angular shape. And now I'm just taking still Martyr, but I'm really packing it into the deep part of my crease to really deepen it out. And into the outer corner. And I'm not too concerned with the shape right here right now because I'm going to clean it up with makeup remover after. And then I'm going to take a clean blending brush and just go in and buff out the edges of Martyr just to make sure that it's all smooth. Hey, how did I know you would try and eat that? Okay, so next I'm going to take the shade Immaculate on a angled shading brush. It looks like that. And I'm going to use that to place this into my outer corner and outer half of my eye. And this shade is a black-based green, I believe. So if you blend it out too much, you're really just gonna see the black, so I'm packing it on, and then just on the edges I'll blend it and then go back in and pack again, etc. And I'm kind of using the tip of the angled to drag this out to my outer edge of my eyebrow to get that angled effect. And then I'm dragging it up into my crease just the tiniest bit and wiggling. And then I'm going back in with that same E2 blending brush from Colourpop that I used for the shade Martyr, and I'm going to buff out the edges. And I am dragging it just the tiniest bit into my inner corner. God, does one eye just ever look better to you? Like, no matter what you do, it just always turns out better on one eye. That's this eye for me. So I'm going back in and packing more color on to really get that green to show up. And now I'm just really lightly tapping with that blending brush because I don't want to remove any of the pigment, because sometimes blending Like I said, because it's a black base, oh, I can't speak. Because it's a black based green, if you blend it too much, it's just going to turn into black, like I said. So if you just tap it, it'll still blend out the edges, but you're not going to lose as much of the green pigment. And I'm using super light touches. I'm barely touching it to my skin at all. God, these shades have so much fallout. Can you see all of that green underneath my eye? Okay, and then I'm going to take the shade Ashes, which is a gray matte with like green sparkles dispersed in it. I'm going to try it, and if I don't like it, I'm going to use a different shade. But I'm taking that on a flat shader brush, and I'm going to pack it onto the inner half of my eye. And I am packing it a tiny bit on top of where I placed the green, and then I'll go in and buff out where they meet later. I'm almost not sure if the shade would do better wet or if it would like ruin it. Yeah, so I just tested it out on the back of my hand, and I don't think I would advise wetting Ashes. It looks pretty weird. But a slightly damp brush does get you more glitter, so take that how you will. Okay, and then going back in with the same brush I used for Murder, I'm going to buff out the inner edge of my eye. Oh, this is turning out way darker than I anticipated. Ugh. And I'm going to lightly buff the center. Okay, so I'm taking just the tiniest bit of Amen on my blending brush, and I'm going to use that to blend out the inner part of my eye right here, just to lighten it up a little bit because it just looks super dark. Like, I'm just going hiking after this, so yeah. I don't like the way that Ashes color looks. It's already like patching out. I don't know if you guys can see it. Like, I can see my skin underneath it peeking through, which like is a definition of patchy, right? But it's not my favorite. So I'm gonna take a flat shading brush, and I'm gonna use the shade Relic instead. It's a like bright gold. Yeah, we'll see how that looks because this is not my favorite. And I am going to wet this shade. I'm going to tap that on top of Ashes to try and fix this because I'm not about to redo it. And I'm just using the same brush to lightly blend the gold over the green. Yeah, personally, I think that's way better than that garbage. So actually pretty cool when the gold is on top of you are so cute. Okay, the gold on top of the green blended out turned the green into like kind of a neon color. I'm a fan. So I'm just gonna buff out the edges of what I just did. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a flat shading brush and the shade Amen and put that on my brow bone to again like lighten it up because this girl is not about for a dark look today. Okay, so I'm gonna go clean up my under eyes. My dog is being so cute right now. Okay, so I'm gonna go clean up my under eyes and finish the rest of my face, and then we can come back and do the lower lash line. Okay, so I finished the rest of my face and I got cold, so I put on a sweatshirt. And let's do the lower lash line. So I'm gonna start by taking Immaculate on a small smudgy brush and put it right into my lower lash line. And just wiggle the little brush back and forth in my lower lashes. And then I'm going to take a small dome brush with the shade Martyr and just buff along the lower lash line. Does this make anybody else's eyes like really watery and kind of itchy? I don't know if it's from powder flying up into my eyes. Oh, or just the fact that I have a brush next to my eyeball. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with Immaculate and the small smudgy brush just to make sure you can see that color. And I'm going to focus it. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to focus it on the outer third. Oh, my eyes are really watering. And I'm just taking this color and I'm dragging it up to connect my lower lash line to the upper eye look. Oh, my eyes are watering. And then I'm going to take the Colourpop E10 small dome brush with the shade Relic. And I'm going to tap that on the inner third of my eye. Oh, I don't think the color is supposed to be that close to your eyeball. No. Okay, and then I use the MAC. Excuse you. Okay, and then I use the MAC Double Gleam. Stop. And then I use the MAC Double Gleam Extra Dimension. Can you not? Stop. Stop. Socks are not for eating. Okay, for the 50th time, I used the Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish from MAC. I use this for my highlight, so I'm going to use it on my inner corner and on my brow bone. And I'm taking a lip brush because that's what I like to use for my inner corner. So yeah, and I'm going to put that right in there. Okay, I'm gonna go put on some. Okay, I'm gonna go put on some mascara, and I will be back. So yeah, that's the finished look. I'll leave all of the other products like my face and all that stuff that I used down in the description box below. And if you like this tutorial, then please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.